Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Onte, and welcome to the Alpha Talk podcast. I hope everybody's having a very good day. I feel absolutely amazing today. I would say I woke up on the right side of the bed today, but other than that, I feel good. I hope everybody else is feeling good. It's episode 38, and I hope everybody is tuned in and ready for this jam-packed episode. I don't have that many topics for today, but I have two very important topics that I want to hop in for today. Thank you for everybody for tuning in. I appreciate you, everybody. Like, share, and comment for your boy. I greatly appreciate all that. But we're going to go ahead and hop into everything. I only have two topics for today. The first topic is, I'm just going to say the topics first, and then I'll get into both of them before we even do anything else. But for the first topic that I have is motivate others. And then the second topic I have is SpaceX. So we're going to get into a little bit of stuff about SpaceX and what they most recently did on Saturday, on September the 18th. So we're going to get into both of those topics. I'm really excited to talk about SpaceX and my thoughts on it, because I think it's pretty dope that that we get to live in a time and a generation where there's people, other human beings actually out here. Like, you know, we're just going to talk about SpaceX first. Forget it. But we'll get to the first topic secondly. But so basically, like with SpaceX, I think it's just pretty dope on how, like, we have other human beings in our generation and in our lifetime that is actually, like, thinking about and working on and building these incredible ass spacecrafts to go to Mars or space or the moon or orbit the Earth or anything like that. But, like, for anybody that doesn't know, or who does know, SpaceX is created and owned by Elon Musk, and I'm pretty sure everybody knows who Elon Musk is. I shouldn't have to do pretty much all that explaining and anything like that. But if you don't know, recently, I guess since the past couple years now, since like almost 2008, SpaceX, I didn't even know, I just found that out today. Like, I didn't even know SpaceX was even a thing, or even a program, or whatever you want to call it. Like, I didn't know they were like into the thing it's for that long, but they've been in the game since like 2008. So I think that's pretty dope as well. But if you go on the website of SpaceX, they have different things for you to look at. And most recently, what happened 3 days ago, I mean not 3 days ago, on Saturday on the 18th, they had the first human flight, like with actual human beings orbiting the Earth, be on their aircraft. And the new aircraft that they had was called the Dragon. So I think that's pretty dope that Elon Musk is like pushing this so hard. And like, it's even more dope because they're building something called a Starship, and a Starship's supposed to be like this big, extremely big, like, I wouldn't say extremely big, but it's a pretty decent size like spacecraft to be flying in the air. And I just most recently watched their video on the big aircraft that actually had cargo, and it's humongous. It literally looks like a airplane just in space. You know what I mean? Like, it's super big and it's well built. And they actually tested it, and it completed everything on it. Like, it made the flip. They had the Raptor engines in it and everything. Like, they had 3 engines. It hovered, like, the whole 9 yards, even with the cargo and everything. So with that being said, if that's being passed, and I can only imagine sooner or later, like, on the website, when you go on the SpaceX website, on their website, bro, they have it to where you can email them and ask them, how can you do a human flight? And like, they have different like sections on how you can learn more on each one. They got one for orbiting the Earth, see what the Earth looks like from space, or going to Mars, going to the moon, going to the United States space station to see what it looks like. I'm pretty sure no one knows what that bad boy looks like, but to do even more like research on the whole thing that I want to talk about SpaceX about is, this is the world's first civilian mission that has been orbited since I think the Hubble incident and all that. So I think it's pretty dope that all this is happening, because it's like Elon Musk is dang near almost the next Iron Man, and they are extremely excelling in what they're doing right now. And it's pretty impressive to see that all this stuff is happening, and we all get to witness this stuff and talk about it. And hear it out to other people. Like even in Austin right now, they have these dope SpaceX T-shirts that you can buy pretty much anywhere. So I might have to hop on the wave of the SpaceX situation because the more and more like you read about SpaceX and how Elon Musk went from this and this and having Tesla and all this other stuff and like being able to almost make human beings go to Mars, or like who's gonna be the first guy or first woman to be on Mars? Like I would love to sign up to be the first person to be on Mars, because who wouldn't want to be on Mars? Like who wouldn't want to be like in a spacecraft that is able to hold up to how many people there is in an airplane? Like just imagine hopping into a spaceship that's going to space instead of you like flying in the sky. Like my nose is killing me. But yeah, just imagine going to the space in this big old spacecraft. Like who wouldn't want to buy a ticket, or who wouldn't want to pay that extra price to go to space? Like you'll get to orbit the Earth. Like it's even more crazy to think about that. Like, but the crew that went to the crew that was like orbiting the Earth, they call it the Inspirational Four crew, and it's like four different crew members. Some of them are CEOs and stuff like that for different companies and stuff, or some of them are doctors, or I think one of them is a nurse for St. Jude's Hospital. So you know, I think it's dope that we get to have actual human beings traveling the world, and SpaceX is actually accomplishing things that no one else has probably ever done before, not even NASA. So it's crazy how fast they're moving, and most of their spacecrafts are not even like spacecraft that NASA uses. They're more like just rockets, like the whole Dragon thing. Like if you was to go on the website right now and look on the website basically is, it tells you like how everything is built. Everything is built, like how much it weighs, how did it turn in the air, like how did it flip upside down. Like go watch the video on YouTube of the SpaceX Starship, because I didn't know that SpaceX actually has different space stations in different states. I didn't know they had over like 5 or 6, but they have a lot. And even in Texas, there's 2 of them. Like one's in McGregor, Texas, because there's the one where they test the rockets at McGregor, Texas, on a 100-acre, 34-acre land. I don't know. I think that's pretty dope. I've never in my life seen it or been to McGregor, Texas, but they have another one where it's called, I think, Starship or Starship, Texas, somewhere like that. But that's what the big ship is. It's called a Starship. I mean, it makes sense. If you go watch the video on YouTube, just go type in SpaceX Starship launch, and it's gonna show the launch of it. This big old aircraft, like it's crazy, like it's super crazy, and then it just makes you think like if we're able to do this, how much more can we like do? Like, are we able to trust human beings to be in space? Like, let's say we were all to just all in all, we were all just able to go to space and live our life on space. Could we trust human beings to be safe in there and like obey by the rules and not like do things that wasn't supposed to, do things that's not supposed to be done? Because like I don't know, a lot of stuff can go wrong being in space. I've never been in space, but just like due to the fact of thinking about space, like is absolutely crazy on what can happen. So I don't know, it's a topic of discussion and stuff. I don't know, it's a very hard discussion, but hopefully we all figure it out and the time comes. But we're getting to the time where things are getting crazy and people can't really figure out what they want to do. So we'll figure it out and move on from there. But with the crew that they that was on the mission, they had objectives when they went on the mission to SpaceX. To space. Sorry, SpaceX crew. They had a mission, and the mission was to raise enough money for St. Jude. I think the raising amount was $200 million for St. Jude's Hospital for the children. So they accomplished that and went above and beyond what they were supposed to make. So that's extremely dope. And then the second mission objective that they had to do was study the human body, in space. Their mission was to go to space and figure out if the human body is capable of living on space for months, decades, years, and stuff like that. So they had missions and stuff to accomplish. So hopefully the hopeless the hopefully they accomplish the goal of them with the human body situation, because we need to figure it out. And I'm pretty sure no everybody in this world would love to go visit the International Space Station in space to see what goes on in there and how long it's been up there for decades and years. Like, crazy. And it's even more crazy to think that SpaceX actually sent out their own station and got it hooked up to the ISS in space. So they're connected with the whole international thing as well. So shout out to Elon, but shout out to SpaceX and all of them, because they're really working hard and like they're busting their butt to like get things done. And it's pretty dope to see this stuff that's like going on. Like sooner or later, within the next like couple years, maybe another 2 decades or another decade from now, like we're gonna be able to travel to space and see what it's like to look down upon ourselves, which is gonna be even more crazy to see. So it's cool to see it in an airplane, but I can only imagine what it'd be like to see. I want to say like in the 3D perspective. I'm pretty sure that's what it looks like from there, like almost dang near like it's fake. But we're gonna have to see. Like we're gonna see the whole like conspiracy theories back in the day about like how space wasn't real or how space is that now. But like it goes to show you that space has to be real, or else it's just like, where else would these people be going, or where else would these rockets be going? There's like, if space wasn't, let's just get out the box a little bit, right? Let's just say, for the conspiracy theory people out there who believe, I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with conspiracy theories. I'm saying like, for the people who believe that space is not real, let's just hop out the box a little bit, right? Where is this rocket gonna go if it's going way up in the sky? Like, it has to go somewhere eventually, and if it doesn't, if they're tracking it and it doesn't just automatically just fall down, like where exactly does it go? It has to go somewhere. So I don't know. Now I don't know if anybody has actually been to Earth. I mean, been to like the moon. Nobody has never been to Mars yet. So that's one thing I think is highly suggested not to go to, is Mars or any other planet. I don't know why Mars is pretty much the favorite one. We should be checking out every other planet, but Mars is like the main favorite one. So I don't know. We're gonna have to see on how this whole situation goes with the SpaceX crew and how they doing their situations, because I guess they're over there building these new rockets that are called these Raptor rockets, where they're able to launch you and they're able to hover you back to the landing spot. So the whole idea of the landing situation with SpaceX is, the whole objective is to go straight up to a certain altitude, flip the aircraft a certain way horizontally, and then be able to make it go back down on the other side of the landing strip. And they did that with almost, it's super heavy. Like, go on YouTube and type it in, like Starship on SpaceX launch. Like, it happened most recently, and then within the next, like, I think it was happened 4 months ago. But if you go check it out, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Like, it's the most crazy stuff ever to think about. Like, how come nobody else has done it? But like, well, how come NASA hasn't like progressively moved up this far, but SpaceX and Elon Musk is? Like, if you watched my other episodes before, you see they're over there trying to build a Tesla bot. You see what they're doing with their like I would like to say, like, I appreciate like people who want to see more in life instead of trying to be controlling about it and see the whole same situation on how life evolves. Like, sooner or later we have to evolve into something. Like, we're already in 2021. Like, we're not even that far away yet from being in 2022. So it's like we're getting into the future. So shout out to the kids that are born in 2021. Shout out to the kids, man, because that's crazy to think, like, when you're gonna grow up and people gonna be like, dang, man, my kid was born in 2021. Like, what? That's so crazy to hear, especially like with me, like working on 6th Street and like dealing at the bar. Like, when you look at certain people IDs, it's like, dang, all these people that are born, that's trying to get in the club, that's born in like 2003. And so it's crazy to see, man. Shout out to the 90s babies out there, because boy, it's crazy to see that people are born in 2000s now, man. It's the craziest thing ever. So shout out to the 90s babies. But like I was saying, man, with the whole SpaceX stuff, it's gonna be pretty interesting to see, man, when all this stuff drops, because I will hope to see somebody else hop up in the ranks to try to compete with Elon Musk, like such as Apple. I would love to see Apple try to create something, maybe an Apple car, maybe an Apple bot or something. Like, I would love to see them do something like Apple. How many customers or how many people got an iPhone? Like, especially like with this new update that they came out with, the new release and stuff like that. So I would hope to see somebody else try to compete with them. But at this point, it's kind of like SpaceX is already ahead of the game. Is you can't really even compete with them at this point. So it's kind of like they've taken the lead, and I think that's the whole point that they want to shoot for anyway, is to be the leading ranks on this whole situation, because that's pretty dope, bro. I don't know how to even explain it, how to even explain this stuff, but looking at all this stuff and understanding like who these people are, like the people that was in command was, I can't really say their names. All the names are kind of like weird sayings, but one of them is the CEO of a shift payments. I'm not sure what a shift for payments thing is, but that some of them are pilots, some of them are adventurers, or some of them, like I said, are a nurse, and some of them are doctors. But everybody should go check it out. They were out there for a couple of days. I think they said for a couple of days, experiencing everything, trying to figure out like the human body in space, or all the extra stuff. And I'm pretty sure there's some more stuff that they did some research on, but they probably won't never tell us other than that. But hey, we're gonna have to see. We're gonna have to see how everything it turns out to be, because this is beyond me, and I'm extremely excited to even talk about this, because I don't even know like how to feel about it, because I think it's just extremely dope, man. It's dope to think about this, like just to think about how life is starting to evolve. And like, I guess that I would want to say is the older that you get, the more you start getting a little bit wiser, and you start like taking the time to understand that I need to actually like do more sightseeing and do more looking around and learning and listening and taking in advice, instead of like being out here want to be stubborn and like not listen, or not take the time to like go for a walk and look around your environment, or just take the time to give yourself a break or a rest and like realize certain things. Because the more and more you move too fast, you don't really get to understand and enjoy what it means to be alive and what it means to be important. So I think it's dope to understand this, that understand like life has to evolve, and people should not get mad at Elon Musk, or people shouldn't get mad at people trying to, because I would say I used to be just like that. Like when I heard that Jeff Bezos was going to space, I automatically kind of got like offended in the way, which it doesn't really, in my opinion, doesn't matter, because I'm just a little tiny person compared to him. So it doesn't really matter on what I say. So at the end of the day, I just felt like it was just weird, because this person just basically just like the whole like the whole Jeff Bezos situation during COVID was pretty much like pretty messed up to even think about. So I think it's was weird for him just to like do the stuff that he did and then go to space. Which now I get that. I get like, if you have the money and you're able to do certain things that you've never done before, you should do it. Like, definitely do it. I know for a fact, if I was making that much money, or if I was doing something in their shoes, like Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos or anybody who's trying to venture off into the space world now, like I understand that like you have accomplished like the goals that you've already done, like the Tesla cars, all this stuff. Now you're moving on to certain things that no one's ever done before, no one's ever even thought of before. So I think that's pretty dope of people to do. So now I'm understanding like it's okay if you want to hop on the SpaceX wave, you should hop on the SpaceX wave. But yeah, I want everybody to go check out this situation, man. Go to the SpaceX.com, and it would literally break down everything. You can watch the videos on there. You can watch everything. If you want to learn more about the Dragon Returns to Earth situation, because that's the name of the rocket, and that's how they got back to Earth. They landed in Florida, so it's pretty interesting where they landed at. But I guess also another thing is what I learned is different states have different, I guess I want to say, soft spots for them to enter into the atmosphere. So that's one interesting topic too. But yeah, everybody should go check it out and see what's happening in the world besides all the other stuff and the crazy nonsense and stuff. You should go see the fun side of things and see where life is taking us with science and stuff like that. But that's what I have for the SpaceX topic. I'm gonna go ahead and hop right into the second topic. And the second topic, what I was saying before I got excited about talking about SpaceX, was that sooner or later we have to understand that it's okay for us to motivate others, and it's okay to understand, like, if you want to be selfish for yourself, then yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. But at the same time, is what I'm trying to say is, what I mean by when I say motivate others is not by motivate others through social media, not motivate others through FaceTime, which yeah, that's the same way, but I'm talking differently. What I mean by motivate others with what you can with your knowledge to spread to others. You should definitely do it in person, as well as you doing it with the fact of you doing it over social media, and the fact of you doing it like taking videos or sending it to somebody or FaceTime somebody. You should also bring that energy into real life and do it in person with whoever you're talking to. If you know for a fact like there's somebody down and out like that, you know, it can even be a random person it doesn't matter on the street, like on the street, it doesn't matter who it could be. Like, motivate that person the same way you would if you was talking on the mic, just like how I am talking to you guys. Like, you have to do the same thing and live the way you talk. You can't just like be all that bark and not bite. So it's just like you got to do something. You got to stand up for what you say, and if that means that you have to say it in person to somebody to make them understand like you're more important than whatever you're thinking about, or you can accomplish this goal better than what you're ever thinking about, then yeah, you should definitely do it. You got to walk it. I don't want to say it like that, but like you got to walk it like how you talk it. So it's like it goes into the life as well. The same thing is like everything. Like, if you're gonna motivate people on social media or motivate people through your phone or through text message, you should relate that same exact message in person to the same people or anybody or a random person. Like, understanding like don't not being so stuck up with yourself and holding back like certain things that you have to say. Sometimes it's good for you to release this knowledge, or sometimes it's okay for you to help this person out who needs some help. Like, if somebody needs to talk to you, or somebody has just a question for you, you should definitely just answer that question and see what that person needs. It could just be a little pep talk. It could be a hello. It could be a hug. It could be a handshake. It could be a head nod. It could be anything. And understanding like motivating yourself as well as others will take it a long way. And understanding it's bit by pieces and pieces will help you as an individual understand, because it's helped me a lot, because I've been very like times where I don't want to talk to people, or I don't want to do anything with this person, depending on the situation. And then like it sucks in a way, but still at the same time you got to be a bigger person and you got to be a leader, because we need more leaders in life, because you already know the situation that's going on in life and all the extra stuff that happens in life. And we have more followers than we do leaders, and we need more leaders. So it's best for you to present that and give out that same exact message as you would for yourself or with your brother or anybody. So being a leader and motivating each other and motivating every single individual to live the life that they want and to have fun and to understand like you can do whatever you want and nobody can't tell you shit. You are the best person ever. Like, understanding that me recuperating the message that I'm saying right now, and understanding like me hearing myself say this over and over again on each and every episode that I give you guys on each podcast, then that's extremely dope, man. And watching the come up from myself and watching the people who watch me, and watching everybody who's came to me. And I'm sure there's a lot of people, you can even see it on my YouTube comments, that I've never thought in my life that I would like sit here and like actually motivate and speak some real stuff to certain people who actually feel me and understand me, and understand like this is like a life of like understanding each other and trying to help each other and build each other to become the best version of yourself. So understanding and motivating each other it will take you in a long way. I'm very big on respect, and I feel like that's another way to earn respect with each other. Like, if you being real with somebody, not being fake and shaky, and being like 100% pure with them, and letting them know the real you, and being authentic as I don't know who, then the respect game is going to be 100% on point, because nobody can't tell you anything, because you're being your true self, and the next person next to you, your homeboy, somebody else, is being its true self. And each and every day y'all make sure each other's straight and y'all motivate each other. Like, if you're cool with somebody and y'all want to be 100% positive with each other, y'all should be real with each other. If you're in a relationship with somebody, or if you're a man and you want to benefit yourself, or you're a woman who wants to do better for yourself, you need to be honest with yourself and understand, like, yeah, I can be selfish, but at the same time, I need to understand that I need to be motivate other people as well. Like, being a leader and understanding, like, you got to make certain sacrifices. Yeah, this is important, but at the same time, I got to make sure everybody else is important too. Because at the same time, we're all a community. We all live on this planet together. The least we can do is try to make it better, bits and pieces by pieces. So that's how I feel about it, and I feel like everybody should relate to the same exact message. So too much going on, and like too much selfishness as well. Because I used to be very, 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 very like self-centered and selfish, even with like dating and stuff like that. I wouldn't even want to pay for nothing. I wouldn't want to do anything. Like, I wouldn't want to do nothing. Like, being in relationships and being like who I was like months ago to a year ago, or not even like, I don't want to say 2 years now, like being so selfish and self-centered and like not listening to nobody, not taking advice, not even like doing anything different in a relationship, just being my boring old self. Like, man, like, understanding that takes a lot of pride. And I say a lot of people, a lot of men especially, we don't like to put the pride to the side. So understanding that it's okay to put your pride to the side as well will take you a long way as well. Because owning up to your own shit and owning up to your own mistakes, like I said on my Instagram post most recently, I said, learn from your mistakes and improve for them, which I feel like goes far as well. Because knowing that, like, if you make a mistake and you like feel guilty about it, and you know, like, you hurt that person, and I hate when people be like, oh, I don't got no feelings, or you shouldn't have feelings, or we're all humans. Like, we all have feelings about something. Like, something triggers us, something makes us mad, something triggers us. Like, we all have these certain feelings for us to like feel a certain way. So it's like understanding your feelings and understand, like, you're able to talk about it, understand, like, put the pride to the side and stop being so selfish. Then it's okay. It's okay to be selfish in certain situations, but being selfish all the time and not like being able to like spread the knowledge, being able to like understand, like, you can make certain things private, but you can also make certain things public. So if somebody needs help with something, excuse me, or if somebody needs anything, like, it's okay to motivate them, it's okay to push them, it's okay to give them a little tap, a little give for them to, you know, do what they got to do better, bro. Because if you want to do better, you got to do the same. You know, you got to feed off the same energy. Some people actually look up to you, some people actually like move the way that, you know, that they like some people like want to be you, and some people just like enjoy your vibe, and people enjoy your energy. So it's important to like understand, like, you can give some of that energy away, bro. You can like give it away. You don't have to like keep it cooped up with yourself. You can give it away. So I just want to just say all that stuff, man. And I'm extremely excited to see where the future is going to go with this SpaceX stuff. And I'm extremely excited to see where myself is going to go. And I want to give actually a big shout out to every single body that supports me on my podcast, and every single body that follows me on everything, because seeing the growth of myself and seeing the growth of my fans and people who actually listen to me and actually enjoy me is extremely dope. Like, we're all growing at the same time, and I just cannot wait to see like where this is going to go within the next future or so. So I'm extremely excited. And if you're watching the podcast late, or if you're watching it or listening to it late on anything, Apple Podcasts or Spotify or anything like that, we are on episode 38. The two topics that I talked about today was SpaceX and motivating others to do better for themselves as well as yourself. If that makes sense. If you don't get it, all I said was motivate your others. So I appreciate you guys for watching. I appreciate everybody that tuned in. Thank you, everybody. If you're watching on YouTube, like and subscribe. If you're watching on Facebook, thank you for liking and sharing. For everybody that tuned in, appreciate you guys. It's your boy Onte. I'll catch you in the next episode on Monday. So Monday, if you guys don't know the new schedule, it's on Monday. We changed it up to Monday. Now, if I make new changes, I'll let you guys know again, but on Monday. So I appreciate you guys. See you guys in the next one. Peace.